I remember I told everybody when I first became supervisor here that the previous administration and some of them sitting in the crowd was stealing. Did they want to write that story? No, they did not. Because right is right. Y'all wanted to keep that on hush, but nobody would say nothing. But I did, but nobody in the media would say anything. And I hope you're recording this, Lance and John, and put it in your paper, because I'm still telling that story. So now that I created a Tiffany on the Move podcast to tell my story, since don't nobody want to pick it up, and I'm being attacked by the media left or right, I am telling y'all my story. And truth will be heard on the podcast, because no one wants the truth to come out of what they did before me. But while I took office, when I took office, we done a great job. We have got allocated over $15 million, but nobody wrote about that, right? Nobody else went and got that more money than me in the board here. We got $1 million to help the at-risk youth. We put them all back to work. We also gave out 80 scholarships up to $2,500. People have graduated and got jobs and will be working here at the Township when they get out of school. But no one's telling you all the good things we do. Everybody want to make it like we're bad when they were bad. They were the one that had it before me and did nothing with it. Why was the number so low? Why wasn't they feeding people in the food pantry, but they were spending the money out of the food pantry, but wasn't feeding the people, right? But these all the facts and things that I'm gonna put out there just to lay the groundwork so people can know what to look for. Do not follow people because they so negative, because misery need company. That's what they need. So don't hang with people that ain't actually growing the community. Go talk to people that want to uplift the black and brown communities, the ones that's neglected.
Well, we all been following the situation that's going on in Dalton. We all know and understand by now, you know, the craziness that's been going on over there in Dalton and also Thornton Township. And I always say, how did Tiffany Henyard get in this position in the first place? I've been saying for the last year that Trustee Gonzalez should be investigated, because the people in Thornton Township never had a chance to vote to actually put Tiffany Henyard in the position that she was actually put into. She was selected there by at the last minute, but the last vote was with Trustee Gonzalez. And I said they thought that she was a person that they can control. She would go in there and do their bidding. They know after Zuccarelli died, Tiffany Henyard came in and saying that there was a lot of corruption. She's saying that Zuccarelli was the one stealing money for years, and it went on blind eyes. Nobody cared until she got in that position. When she got in that position, she fired 2 people. She started doing her thing, right? And it's gotten so bad to a point where it morphed into local, national, and international news. Everybody all over the world knows about this small town a couple miles outside of Chicago of Dalton, Illinois, because of the noise that's been going on with this woman, Tiffany Henyard. Now, we know that there was an incident with Trustee Holmes in Vegas where he was accused of SA assault. But now we're hearing that the charges that after a thorough investigation, the police is choosing now not to go forward with charges. They're no longer going forward with charges. It went something like this. Check this out.
WGN Investigators learned the investigation into an allegation of sexual assault against a Dolton Village trustee has been closed.
A village employee told police that she suspected Andrew Holmes may have engaged in unwanted sexual conduct with her after she passed out in his hotel room during a taxpayer-funded trip to Las Vegas in 2023. She has filed a lawsuit claiming Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard fired her after she reported the alleged incident. Las Vegas police now tell WGN News their investigation is closed. No charges filed. The accuser did not respond to a request for comment. Andrew Holmes will only say that his work as a trustee in Dalton and community activist in Chicago will continue.
So Andrew Holmes said that his activism work will continue in the city of Chicago and also in Dalton. And he's going to continue to be on the board as a trustee. You know, he feels as though he's been vindicated. There's been a thorough investigation, and the police found no reason to charge him with any form of SA assault. And, you know, the police investigated. So I'm going to leave that part there. But Tiffany Henyard, with former police chief Louis Lacey being indicted, this thing is crazy because we know that he got indicted. Her number one man right up under her got indicted. So the feds was coming in, dropping the hammer down on some top people in the city, right? Louis Lacey got indicted. So she went to put in a new police chief, a new village attorney, and a new village administrator to take Keith Freeman's position. But that got blocked by a judge. A judge said that that was illegal. She couldn't do that without permission from the board. But she wanted to do it anyway, to the point where they was going to hold her into contempt. But this is what when we going back, this is what the judge said.
Starters, we paid a visit to Village Hall around 3 this afternoon, and I'm told Mayor Tiffany Henyard was not at work today. As for that court order, this is a major win for those trustees who have been up against Henyard for some time. A judge yesterday siding with 4 trustees by ruling that Henyard did not have the legal authority to make 3 recent appointments: a new police chief, village attorney, and village administrator, all of them given jobs by Henyard earlier this month. Trustees argue that she did so without their consent or approval, and that she did not have a quorum to start the meeting in the first place. The trustees' motion for a temporary restraining order also alleges bullying, retaliation, and violating the Open Meetings Act. Yesterday, Cook County Judge Thaddeus Wilson agreed.
The board has been absolutely fantastic in trying to keep the government operating. The people suffer, the employees suffer, while her reign of terror continues.
It's not a good feeling working in a hostile work environment. It's not a good feeling at all. And that verdict yesterday brings hope to the employees that now we can get back to doing things the correct way, decent and in order. I'm happy, and also I got calls from the residents, and they are happy as well.
Meanwhile, Mayor Henyard's personal attorney, Bo Brindley, is also responding this afternoon, saying in part, Mayor Henyard will appeal and the truth will come out, a truth that reveals a corrupt board of trustees trying to hijack the mayor's office through false statements and outright criminal conduct. Now, right now, no one is sitting in the role of Dalton Police Chief. Instead, the department is being run by its commanders. But this afternoon, Attorney Odelson, who is representing those trustees, tells me that Henyard called the police department and said her appointment, Ronnie Burge, will be back. Any violations of this court order, though, could result in contempt. Another court date is set for 1 week from today. Reporting live in Dalton, Casey Cronis, Fox 32, Chicago.
So with all of this, Tiffany Henyard has totally lost all control of the city, if she ever really had it in the first place. But she's lost all control of Dolton, Illinois, and also Thornton Township. She doesn't have the respect of anybody or the protection of really the police department, because she hitched her wagon to Chief Lacey, and the police department voted a no confidence with him, and they wanted no parts of Chief Lacey. So they had two different Dolton meetings yesterday, one in the normal place and another one in the field house, right? Tiffany Henyard had to cancel her meeting because not enough trustees showed up. Only Stan Brown and Andrew Holmes showed up to her meeting. So she had to cancel her meeting. Then she abruptly went over to the other meeting and all hell broke loose. Check this out.
New here at 10, some new drama in Dalton. There were dueling village meetings tonight, one held by Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the other by a majority of Dalton trustees in a separate location. And NBC5's Regina Waldrop is there reporting that the trustees tonight got a surprise visitor.
2 agendas, 2 meetings in different locations. It was a little confusing for some residents, but the meeting here at Village Hall canceled after a few minutes because they didn't have a quorum. In Dalton Monday night, competing village board meetings.
I want to thank my 2 trustees, Trustee Andrew Holmes and Trustee Stan Brown, for showing up.
At Village Hall, Mayor Tiffany Henyard, 2 trustees and some department heads, the meeting canceled.
As you can see, the board did not show up, and these are the things that the residents are tired of. When we sit here and we set a schedule to attend a board meeting, their jobs as legislative council is to show up.
Meanwhile, at Dalton's field house, a majority of trustees and about 24 residents. Then drama when Henyard shows up at that meeting.
Just to be clear, since y'all were making all that noise, just to be crystal clear, I am here to appoint my police chief, my village.
Trustee Jason House says the meeting was held at the field house due to ongoing capacity issues at Village Hall.
The Attorney General gave us a binding opinion that meetings over at Village Hall were not legal. They violated the Open Meetings Act.
A Cook County judge has blocked appointments Henyard made to 3 key village posts, including police chief and village administrator.
Those 3 were never presented to the board properly, meaning we should have gotten resumes, background checks.
The next Dalton Village Board meeting happens October 21st. In Dalton tonight, I'm Regina Waldrop, NBC 5 News.
Now, I'll say this as I go along, and I've been saying this. Tiffany Henyard should have never been in the position in the first place. She understood how it went. I posted videos to show how she conducted herself as a trustee on the board for so long, how she would go back and forth with former Mayor Riley Rogers. We've seen the corruption that was going on with Riley Rogers and Stan Brown, and how these different people were arguing and bickering back and forth as to who was doing what. They talked about the corruption that went on with Zuccarelli and Thornton Township. So there was already this town whole thing needs to overhaul because there's already been corruption. She peeped the weakness in the game and just got in and exploited it even more, to the point where a lot of the trustees, I don't trust the trustees, I don't trust the mayor, I don't trust that police department. It's just ongoing corruption in that small town and the little area that they have going on over there, and you can see it. It reeks corruption. It reeks corruption, and now the cameras are on there everywhere. Do I think that Tiffany Henyard has been able to do this all alone? No. I think that she was put in that position because people really thought they would be able to control her, and when they couldn't control her, they cried foul. Because everybody can see that she doesn't have the credentials to actually hold that seat, but she's holding the seat nonetheless. So why was she there in the first place? And as I said, for me posting these videos on this topic for so long, we've solved the corruption. Andrew Holmes has not been charged with that essay. There was a thorough investigation by the police, the feds, and they didn't see anything fit to charge him with any case. So because there was an investigation by the police, I gotta let it go. I'm not saying that woman was lying, but the police, whatever the police did in their investigation, they didn't believe this woman. So Andrew Holmes is off. He gets off with this. But I don't know about the situation with Tiffany Henyard and the feds. Things is going to take time. She's still in office. You just have to wait and see. But as more of this come on, I'll report more of this. All right? If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.